Hello friends, it's Lola again, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make a very easy oxtail recipe. This recipe might be a little different from the ones you are used to because I've added some tweaks to it and it's absolutely amazing. So let's get started. I'm going to start by seasoning my oxtail, and here I've got about 4 pounds of oxtail. To that I'm going to be adding some thyme, paprika, curry powder, a little bit of seasoning powder, minced habanero pepper, minced garlic, salt to taste, a little bit of olive oil, and you can definitely use any oil of your choice. Now, the next thing I'm going to be doing is to thoroughly massage this meat together. You have to make sure you massage this thoroughly so that all the seasoning can really penetrate inside the meat. Once that is done, I'm going to be covering this with a plastic wrap, and I'll be leaving this to rest in my fridge for at least 20 minutes, and you can as well leave this overnight. So the meat has been resting for 20 minutes. I'm just going to open it up and set it aside. The next thing I'm going to do is to preheat some olive oil inside a pot. Make sure you don't add too much oil to the pot because, as you already know, we added some oil to the meat previously. So once the oil is hot, I'm going to be adding the onions. I'm going to stir fry this until it becomes translucent. At this point, I will also be adding 2 bay leaves, and I'll cook this together with the onions until the aroma comes out. And this should take about 30 seconds to 1 minute or any time in between. The smell is really popping out, and the next thing I'm going to do is to add my oxtails. Now, make sure each of the oxtail touches the bottom of the pot. In that way, the oxtails can be really browned, and that is exactly what we want. After browning the oxtails on one side for 10 minutes, I'm going to be flipping it to the other side so it can also brown for another 10 minutes. If you are not satisfied with the brownness after cooking it for about 10 minutes on each side, you can continue to flip it over and over again until you achieve your desired brownness. As you can see, the oxtails are well browned and it's really caramelized, and I'm very okay with this color right now. And the next thing I'm going to do at this point is to make the stew, and the first thing I'm going to do is to add the tomato paste. This is also going to add a little bit of sweetness to the stew. To that, I'm going to be adding some cayenne pepper, diced tomatoes, diced onions, diced red bell peppers, and about 6 cups of beef stock. And you can as well use chicken stock. However, if you decide to use water, you might need to add a little more seasoning to the stew. Now mix this together thoroughly so that all the ingredients are well combined. Once that is done, cover it up and leave it to cook for about an hour or thereabouts. But make sure you open it and stir it every 20 minutes to make sure nothing is burning and everything is evenly cooked. So this has been cooking for about an hour and 20 minutes now, and I think it's well done at this point. I'm a texture person, so I still want to retain a little bit of texture in the meat. However, if you want the meat to fall directly off the bones when you are eating it, then feel free to cook it as long as you want to. Now I'm going to be adding some carrots and potatoes. The stew is beginning to thicken up, so I will also be adding a little bit of water to this. Mix it together again. Then cover it up and leave it to cook until the potatoes become tender. Now this has been cooking for about 15 minutes and the potato is really tender. It's now time to add my green onions. I'll be sprinkling a little bit of this on my stew, and I'll be leaving it to simmer again for another 5 minutes. And that is it. As you can see, this is very easy to put together. I served this with rice for myself and the family, and everyone did enjoy it. So I hope you try out this recipe, and if you do, I'll be very happy to know the outcome. Thank you very much for spending your time with me. Until next time, I'll talk to you shortly. Enjoy.